Quick interruption, and I never do this, but I have a special announcement, something that I've been dreaming up for the last 7 years. Do you ever feel like you have all of these scattered pieces of wisdom, meditation apps, self-help books, morning routine guides, but no clear way to actually put them all together? It's kind of like you're collecting puzzle pieces, but you can't see the full picture. Well, that's exactly why I created Living Mind Love. Every month for the next year, we're going to take one piece of the transformation puzzle and make it totally clear and doable. So you'll learn the neuroscience behind why it works, connect with the spiritual wisdom, and then get simple micro practices that actually fit into your real life. I've poured everything that I've collected about actually creating change into this program, and not just the what, but the how, because I'm tired of watching brilliant people put their dreams on hold for another year. This is about finally doing the things that you've been wanting to do with your life in a way that actually works. And you'll get access to the first ever Mind Love community on School. So if you're ready to turn all of those scattered pieces into a clear path forward, head to mindlove.com/living to join the waitlist, and you'll get instant access to my 10-year vision meditation. Welcome to an exclusive episode of Mind Love. Today's episode is all about how our bodies mimic the earth and the cosmos. And this one is fascinating.
The way your hyoid bone sits on top of your larynx looks just like the symbol for Taurus. And in astrology, Taurus rules the throat. And your aortic arch is the same shape as the symbol for Leo, and Leo rules the heart. And so it works this way the whole way through the body. And so these stories are not just stories about the gods. They're stories about the spiritual underpinnings of our physical dysfunction and how we hold stress in our body. And as humans, we connect with story more than we connect with process. The way chronic pain is stored in the brain, you cannot technical talk yourself out of it. You have to have an emotional response to unlock it.
Well, this episode took an unexpected turn, in a good way. I honestly thought it was going in one direction, and then all of a sudden it just opened up this whole other dimension that I cannot wait to dive deeper into. For a long time, I felt like science and spirituality were two separate forces, sometimes even at odds with each other. But the more I learn about the universe and how it works, the more fascinated I am. And I really think that science is just catching up to the spirituality. Think about it. People understood the concept of thought energy and the law of attraction way before they understood the quantum physics that begins to support those concepts. Yeah, there are still gaps, but there are still gaps in science in general. We have a lot to learn about the universe, or even our own bodies and brains. Actually, we know very little about the brain. We know how connections are made, but we still don't even really know how information is processed. There's a professor at Harvard, a professor of molecular and cellular biology, who always tells his students, if understanding everything you needed to know about the brain is a mile, we've only walked about 3 inches. That is not very much. That's like 0.001% of all there is to know. But here's where things get really interesting. What if what exists on a macro level is basically a really enlarged version of what's happening on the micro level? You hear in spirituality all the time that the whole universe exists inside of you. And it sounds like a nice thought, right? But what if it holds truth? I found this super intriguing article called The Strange Similarity of Neuron and Galaxy Networks by Franco Vazza and Alberto Faletti. Well, they pose the theory that your life's memories could, in principle, be stored in the universe's structure. So stay with me. The article goes really deep, but I'll give you some key takeaways. The total number of neurons in the human brain falls in the same ballpark of the number of galaxies in the observable universe. Then, if you look at a simulated distribution of cosmic matter next to a real image of a slice of the human brain, it looks remarkably the same. Also, the distributions of fluctuations in the brain is similar to the galaxy distribution on hundreds of billions of light years. So I know that sounds complicated, and I'm not really the person to explain to you what this means in layman terms, but I will link to this article in the show notes because there are images that will help you grasp what they're talking about. But the point is that the cosmic web is kind of like a giant brain blown up and blasted throughout space. Very scientifically spoken, of course. Well, in this episode, we're going deeper into these similarities. And further than just the brain, we're going to be talking about how the systems in our bodies mirror the systems in the galaxies, and how our vagus nerve might be our connection to the things beyond our bodies. You do not want to miss this episode. No one has brought this kind of perspective to the show before, so I'm really excited about it. And our guest is Melanie Weller. She is the world's leading expert in opening the door to health, performance, and innovation through the vagus nerve, which is the bridge between our narratives and our physical experience. And 3 key things we will learn are how our bodies mimic the earth and the cosmos, how stories and symbolism have the power to shift our physical bodies, and a powerful exercise to stimulate the vagus nerve. Hey there, wild minds. So this was just a preview, but you can access the whole episode with a Mind Love Premium membership. If Mind Love has been helpful to you in any way, consider helping support the show by joining this exclusive community. I promise I'm making it totally worth it. You get exclusive episodes, which means twice the Mind Love, in a private feed that imports right to your favorite podcast app, so you don't have to go to the web to listen. And that's not all. You also get all Mind Love episodes ad-free for uninterrupted listening. You get early access to episodes, and you get bonus video interviews and powerful meditation downloads. And finally, you get priority access to me, so you're free to reach out to me with any questions that you have about life, love, relationships, success, whatever it might be. And in more good news, you can get started free with a 2-week free trial. Just go to mindlove.com/premium. And if you're a student, reach out to me on Instagram and I'll give you a special discount.